All right, what's great, everybody? This is Jay Dinkins, and I'm super excited because today we're going to be doing something special. This is the first time we're doing something of this sort where we're going to actually be interviewing one of our high-level mentees turned mentor today. This is a young lady who started the program. She had no experience in a lot of the things that she's currently doing, but she has been able to excel, even been able to go ahead and earn over $100,000 in a short-term rental business in a fairly quick time. So what I would like to do is have you guys tune in to the interview with Miss Carmen Perez. All right, so y'all, welcome everybody. I'm excited because this is special to me, man. Me and Carmen, we've been rocking out since the beginning. I remember meeting Carmen via like Instagram. And she would be one of those persons that every time I went live or anytime I was talking, like I would always see like positive look up. And I'm like, man, I just love that name. I always, so hey, let me give y'all a quick bonus. Having a good name on social media is like, that stands out is great. Like I love that. You should never change that name, by the way, right? I just love that name because it's something that you're gonna automatically pick out. So I will always see this positive look up coming out. And I'm like, I love that name. So I always recognize her simply because of her social media handle. But she was a person that was always active, always engaged, always asking questions. She always showed up. If I had a challenge, she was there. If I did an Instagram live, she was there. If I did another event, like she was like booking everything. And you can tell that this person was a person that was eager to learn. Now, during the time that she was following me, it was a time that I started my journey. I had no intentions of really, diving into coaching or mentorship like that. That just wasn't my intentions. I just wanted to start a short-term rental business. And I remember having a bunch of people reaching out to me and just asking, could I coach? Could I start a program? Did I have a course? And I said no and no and no. And then finally, I decided to launch my program. When I launched my program, I put an Instagram post up and I was like, hey, y'all, I'm starting a mentorship. First 10 people is this price. And she was one of the first people to reach out to me, one of the first people to join the program. And the one thing I loved about Carmen, and you'll hear from her, was that she's the person that took the information and she actually executed on the information, right? She didn't sit on the information. She didn't let fear stop her. She just went out and she executed. And it's no surprise that she's receiving the results that she's receiving today. So I want to officially welcome Carmen. I think what I'm going to do, I have it on speaker. I want to make sure that when you talk, matter of fact, Carmen, are you unmuted or do I have to ask to unmute you again? Let's see something. Let's see. All right.
Okay, now I'm unmuted.
Okay, cool. But I want to make sure that your screen comes here. Maybe I should just do like a side-by-side type of deal. I kind of want to see you full screen though. Let's see. Let's try one more thing. I want to see if you pop up on my screen when we hold on. All right, cool. Let's see this. View, speaker view. All right. So when I'm talking, see, I don't know why it says speaker view, but when I'm talking, it don't what I'm trying to say. It doesn't like switch. I wanted to like switch between me speaking and you speaking, and it's not doing what I wanted to do. But no worries. We're not going to worry about that. I'm just going to do a side-by-side view and we're going to call it a day. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and start this. Once again, this is going to be interview style. I just want to, simply ask you some questions. We didn't prep or anything for this because I just really wanted to, hear the truth from you and, and just let people know about your journey. So here's what I want to do to start, Carmen. If you don't mind, just tell people, take about 2 or 3 minutes and really just tell people about who you are, where you come from, what did you do for work, how did you live? Give me a little bit of your backstory so the people can know a little bit about who you are.
Okay, I'm on again. So hey guys, thank you, Jarrell, for the introduction. My name is Carmen Perez. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am 32 years old. I came to this country at the age of 1, grew up in Brooklyn, Marcy Projects, was raised by both of my parents. I have 4 brothers, 2 that I lived with, and I was the only girl in the household. So I worked hard. That's what I was taught, especially from my father. Work hard, be independent, went to school, got good grades, went to college, got a job at a mental health agency where I then got into medical billing. So now I am a medical billing supervisor at another hospital. And then I was living in Brooklyn, like I mentioned, all my life, moved to the Bronx when I was like 25 and stood there, I want to say maybe for 3 or 4 years. And now I'm in PA. I have 3 kids, a fiance, and I'm doing medical billing from home and also running an Airbnb business.
Nice. That's dope. So basically your career started in the medical field and you're still in the medical field today. How long have you been doing that?
Oh, for a while. I want to say more than 5 years already, like maybe 8 years.
Okay. More than
Mhm.
5 years, more than 8 years. And during that time, did you do anything else outside of working? Is it a hospital? I know you said am I saying it right? Is it a hospital?
Yeah, I started first at a mental health agency in Brooklyn, and then in 2018, I moved over to Mount Sinai Hospital, where I was a billing coordinator, and then recently, 2 years ago, I became a supervisor.
Okay, supervisor. So outside of working at the hospital, right? And doing what you're currently doing, did you do anything else? Did you have any extra jobs? Did you have any side hustles, any businesses?
Yeah, when I first started, like my first official job outside of college, I was still doing a side job. I was working for water taxi down at Seaport. Um, I also joined network marketing. So around that time, I want to say in my early 20s, I heard about network marketing. It was a traveling company. I was very excited about it. I joined. And then I, stopped doing it. And then I want to say maybe about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I was doing my own business in makeup, selling lashes, lip gloss, makeup products. And I actually stopped doing that as well. So as of right now, all I stuck was to being a billing supervisor.
Okay, cool. So for those of you who don't know, network marketing, right? I was involved in network marketing for over 7 years. And in network marketing is basically a field where a company has whatever product. In Carmen's case, and in my case, the product is travel. The product is travel. And basically what we would do is we would go and share that product. We could meet with people in person. We would have meetings in the house and meetings in restaurants and meetings online. And we would share our product, which was travel. And some people would want to join because they wanted to travel. And other people would say, well, I want to make money doing this too. And the challenge was we would have to convince people to start to put X amount of money up and then convince them to go and share the same exact product with other people and invite people into their homes and do meetings, right? So network marketing, it always has its ups, its downs. Some people looked at it as bad. Some people looked at it as great, right? What was your experience like with network? Like, did you like network marketing? Did you have a lot of challenges? Tell us about that experience.
Well, I did have challenges with like making the sales. I did have challenges in presenting. Like in that aspect, it wasn't my strongest. So I did have challenges there, but I did great when following up. So if somebody would tell me, hey, I don't got it right now, follow up with me like in a week or 2 weeks from now, like I did great when I follow up with them and made some sales like that. And then one of the things that I love when doing network marketing is the personal development. Like that's when getting involved in that company, that's when I started really working on myself, believing on myself, actually, going for goals that I wanted in my life and being a better person overall.
Okay, cool. I want to get and talk about like the goals and personal development. But before I do that, based on like your experience in network marketing, would you say that you had a pretty did you have a good amount of success, and was it consistent if you had any success at all?
It wasn't consistent. And I wouldn't say I was very successful now.
Okay, cool. Would you say that you was earning over $500 a month or less than $500 a month?
Even less than $500 a month.
Okay, cool. Now, so you didn't get the rewards from like the income, but you did say that the personal development was good. So what did you learn? Like, what were some of the things that you took away from network marketing on a personal aspect, personal development aspect?
Well, it's funny because that was really around the time that I changed my Instagram name to Positive Looker when I started getting involved into personal development. Before that, my name was like Juicy Chula, something like that. And then I changed it. But it definitely changed my mindset, my outlook in life, how to talk to myself, how to believe in myself, not to get involved in negativity, changing the people around me. So I was going through a time in my life where learning all of that, I started to like really disconnect myself with people that I was always chilling with or hanging out with or partying with. You know, I felt like I was wasting a lot of my time and not really putting all my time and effort in things that I wanted to do to have a more successful life.
Right. And that is one of the hardest things people have to do, and one of the most important things that a person has to do when it comes to growth. You see, you have to understand that just because a person isn't a bad person, it doesn't mean that they're not accommodating or complimenting where you want to go. Right. So you'll have good people in your life. So, I'll give you guys an example. I had a few friends. One of my friends I consider to be a best friend. And this is a gentleman, like, he always rooted for me. Like when I was doing network marketing, he's like, man, Jarrell, keep doing your thing. I would always hang out with him. Like, this is my good friend. Like, he's never like talked bad about network marketing or anything that I did. But what I realized was after years, it took me years to realize this, was although we had a great relationship, although we were cool, me spending my time with him, it was hurting me. It was hurting me because the 3 hours that I would go to his neighborhood and we would be cooking on a grill and having drinks and hanging out outside and listening to music, I could have been learning more. I could have been doing more. I could have been meeting more people. I could have been a better steward of my time. So although he wasn't a bad person, the time that I spent with him, it was hurting me, right? So sometimes you have to take a season of your life where you separate from people. It may be family members, it may be best friends, but you have to take a season of your life to separate because it gives you that time that you need to focus on your goals, right? So let's keep going. So fast forward now. You go ahead, you start a makeup business, right? So you start a makeup business. You also said that you stopped that. So how was that? Like, how was that? And why did you stop?
So I started a makeup business literally like maybe at the very beginning of COVID or before it started.
Okay.
I think maybe like in 2018, something like that, or 2019. And I don't know, I just wanted to start my own business. I'm like, what is something I like? What can I get into? Now we're starting to work from home. And I went in and started a makeup business. And it started with just thinking about names, doing logos. I was using Canva at that time, doing logos online, looking at lip gloss tubes on, what's this place called, where you order like wholesale?
I've never ordered
It's
wholesale.
not coming up to me, but I was Alibaba.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I was on there always looking to order things and, asking people for their opinions. And then I went ahead and they start with lashes. It was going okay. I did a whole organic lip gloss, organic lip scrub. I went ahead and what else I had? Yeah, I think it was like really those three main products that I had. I was going through to like events, selling my products and everything, and it was going okay. I then got pregnant with my third child and I started to slow down, but then at the same time, I started to lose interest. Like it wasn't like lighting up in me anymore. So I started to lose passion for it. And then I had to come with the conversation, have a conversation with myself, like, you built this business and it's going okay. But if the passion is not really there while you're doing it, I didn't want to feel like something extra on my plate.
Right. Okay. I can understand that. So just painting a picture right now. As we get to this point in your life, you started out at a job working in the medical industry, right? You kept that job, but you tried some things. You tried network marketing, wasn't really working for you, but you did get some good development. You went over to do, sell makeup and lashes. It started, it was okay, but it wasn't really, something that you was really passionate about at the time. Now you're having a third. So now you're a parent of basically three, right? Four if you have a fiance, because you know how we are, right? We're definitely
Yeah.
but in any case, right? So now is it safe to say that when you got introduced to me via social media that you were just working a job, you weren't doing anything else as an entrepreneur?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah, that's correct. Was just doing the job.
all right. So now when you got introduced to me, did you hear about the short-term rental industry prior to hearing about me, or did you hear about it when you like saw me on live or whatever it was?
It was through Instagram that I
Okay.
heard about it. First, I saw somebody else doing it. And then when I saw you doing it, that's when I really started to pay attention.
Okay. So tell me about that. Like how did you kind of get what made you gravitate to my page and keep showing up? Because I just remember always seeing your name showing up to the different things that I were doing.
So at this point of my life, honestly, I was having conversation with myself and conversation with God about the next level in my life. And I was even talking about levels with connecting with people, like networking, connecting with people. What am what am I here for? Like, what am I doing? Who's going to help me? Who I'm going to meet to help me get to my next level? So I came across you on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, Instagram. And then the reason why I gravitated toward you and your wife was that I saw you already a lot with doing network marketing, and I knew that you already had success there. And then I see you doing this, and I'm like, okay. And I'm seeing all the posts that you're doing. I'm like, okay, they're having a lot of success. Like, this is pretty cool. And not only that, Airbnb was something that I always wanted to do as well. Like, I would have conversation with my best friend when we would go and rent out Airbnb. We always thought it was so dope that people was renting out their house and making money. So the only thing is that we always thought that you had to buy the property. So we didn't know about, everything that you had taught us in the past about how to actually get into the business without owning property.
Right. Okay. So a few things from that, y'all. I'm not gonna go too deep in this. One is people usually buy something from you, or they feel comfortable investing in you when they know, like, and trust you, right? So it's always important that when you guys are doing things, if you guys decide that one day, hey, I want to have an Airbnb program, or I want to coach and teach people, or I want to help people in any aspect in life, you want to always build that know, like, and trust factor. Now, fortunately for me, I had built that know, like, and trust factor with her via network marketing, even though I didn't even know that it was happening, right? It was just, and that's why it's always good to always be a good person and always be like just really pushing, like be consistent. I always say that in life, how you do anything is how you do everything. So believe me, how you show up in one area in your life is how you're going to show up in every area in your life. So how I showed up in network marketing and she saw that I was winning, I made sure I show up the same exact way when it came to the short-term rental business, right? Next, now moving forward, right? Moving forward is you see the live at some point. I know I say, hey, I'm going to drop this mentorship program, right? When I say I'm going to drop this mentorship program, I don't even have it all together. I just knew that there was a lot of people that was reaching out to me saying that they needed help. So I made a post. I think it was like some simple words like, hey, I'm starting a mentorship program. And I remember you being one of the first person to reach out and say like, I'm in. So what and it wasn't investment, y'all. It wasn't investment. I want to ask you, what made you say yes and say, you know what, here, take my money, I'm joining?
So from the first one, you actually had a power hour.
Okay, yep.
And I joined that. And you was like sharing so much information. Honestly, you broke it down. Like, it was so simple that I felt like, yo, I could really do this. Like, if they're doing it, they're having success, why can't I do it and have success, right? And you was like very excited about it as well. So that was also like pushing me. And so once you said that you're gonna have like a mentorship and gonna have this program, that's why I had to join. Like, I already believed in it from the first time you did the power hour. And then I saw that you was going to actually put this together to help people. I'm like, oh no, I'm doing it. So that's why I automatically reach out to you and sign up. And then I turned to my fiance like, babe, we're doing this.
Nice. Okay, I'm taking a lot for that. So, so one, you had already purchased the Power Hour. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Power Hour was, basically it was when I first started, doing, I would say, I started a service. That's really what it was. It was a service where I would get on Zoom with a person. It was supposed to be for an hour, which I usually went over an hour because there's so much information to go through. And I would just literally break down Airbnb from the beginning to the end based on what I knew and the results that I was having, right? And Carmen took one of those power hours. So I already taught her how to run the Airbnb business. So what made you, being a person that, like, you already purchased it, what is, let me rephrase this. What is the difference between a power hour, because you already learned the information, and the mentorship? Why did you feel that you needed the mentorship?
Honestly, like, you learn way more when you have a mentor by your side. You get to results quicker when you have a mentor by your side. So that was really why I'm like, listen, I want to have the results that they're having. So I'm going to join this mentorship program. So even from joining the mentorship program, like, you guys were always there for me, like from the very beginning, doing the LC process, getting the first unit and so on, and still have been to now. So that's why even though I did the power hour, I'm like, no, this is the first time he's doing this at this price. I'm going to take advantage of it.
Right. So is it safe to say that just because you do one thing at one level, you buy a course, you buy a mentorship, you invest in a challenge or whatever, that joining higher levels will also help you as well?
Right.
Okay, cool. So let's say this, all right? So at this point now, you joined the mentorship. I don't know if you can remember, but from the time you joined the mentorship to the time that you got your first Airbnb, like, how long did that take?
I joined the mentorship. I don't know if it was like around July or August that you dropped it,
Okay.
something like that. But as soon as I did that and you guys explained the first step, I did my appointment for the LLC right away with Yvonne. So it was like literally maybe within that same week.
Okay.
I know that we had our sessions first, and you were just educating me like, hey, this is what you do in Airbnb, but under this umbrella, you can have so many other incomes, right? Teaching, doing courses, you want to share your journey. After that, I met with Yvonne, and it took me maybe until September because I couldn't even come up with a name, honestly. So it took me like until September. I'm like, I have a name, and then me and Yvonne hit the road with it. And that's when it started. We started building business credit. And I want to say by the end of September, I got my LLC and everything established. By December, I went ahead and got my business bank account. And then by February, I went and got my first unit.
Nice. So it's okay. It's okay if you started yesterday and by next week you don't have a unit. Like it's okay to kind of actually go through the process, right? And here's the thing. I'm going to say this, y'all. Everybody has a different a journey, right? Everybody has a different journey. You may have some people who come in and they're ready in some areas that you're not ready in. Maybe they have the credit already. Like maybe they already have that and they already have the money. So they're already starting out with an advantage because they have the credit and they have the money. You may start and you may have the money, but you may have to take some time to build some credit, or you may have the credit, you may need some time to get some money, right? Don't be the person that's just looking and you see, oh, this person started last week and they got a unit now, and I started and it's 4 months later, it's 5 months later. Everybody, your journey is your journey. What I will say is, don't be the person that the only reason that you didn't start is because you're letting fear hold you back. Just don't be, fear is a self-imposed prison that will keep you from becoming what God intended you to be. I don't push my beliefs on anyone, but fear is a lie. Like fear is like putting a boogeyman in the closet that don't exist. Like you scared to go in the closet and there's nothing in there, right? So just don't, like, when you have the information and you did the proper steps, just take the chance on it, y'all. Take a season to take a chance on yourself. All right. So now, Carmen, You start an Airbnb. Give me the story. You could take a few minutes. Give me your timeline. How did it work for you? How was your results? If you want to share how long did it take you to make X amount of dollars? How many units you have? And how, so let's talk about that first. And I'll ask you the last question after that.
Okay, so yeah, around January, what was it, 2021? Was it 2021? But around January, that's when I started like making the calls. So I was doing my research. I started to look in Dallas and Fort Worth, and I was making calls and came across a property that said, yeah, we will allow, your business model. So I got super excited. Again, I made an appointment with Yvonne to furnish my place. The system she has in place was like so smooth. We order everything online. By the time I got there, everything was in the unit for me, guys. I had asked the property manager to pretty much, put everything that is in any package that I receive inside of the unit. And literally when we arrived, all we had to do is like start unpacking everything and assembling everything. So that process was so smooth for us. So that was my first unit in Fort Worth. Then I got my second unit in June the same year in Nashville, Tennessee, which was at the Burnham.
Mm.
So now, and then fast forward, December last year, I got my third unit. So I did get 3 units in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also in the Burnham as well. So now, it didn't take long for me to make my investment back. My initial investment with my first unit, I would say it was like maybe around 5 or 6 months. I made my investment back. I was paying back my credit cards because that's one of the methods that I use to like fund the unit. And we just been having a lot of success with it ever since.
And that's dope. And what I like about your story is you're actually a person that went through like you didn't skip the process, right? You actually went through the process where you started, you took the power hour. From the power hour, you joined the Insiders Club. Then you started to build business credit and you went through that process. Then you got you got your LLC and all that stuff created during that process as well. And you use those services. And then you went ahead from there and you had your name and everything, and you went out and you found your unit, and then you used the furnishing services, and then you kept learning, and you start, like, you're a person that you really follow the process. And sometimes people come and they join like my whole thing is this: I see people join all types of programs out there, and they come in and they like skip steps and they're like, oh, it's not working for me. Right. So how do you, like, what would you tell somebody that they come in and let's say they haven't even watched, some people probably never even watched any of the videos yet. Like, what advice would you give that person?
I would say, and I'm a person that is very impatient. Like, I want results fast. But again, I was in a place in my life that I was really learning more about myself, connecting more, with my spirituality, with God. And I was simply trusting the process. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to go into this, and this is not something I'm going to give up. I'm going to follow all of the steps and, ride through it through the end and see the results. Because all I kept telling myself is that if it's happening for them, if it's happening for these people, why can't it happen for me? Like, it's possible. I just got to put myself in the position and take action. So that was another thing. It's going to take time, but you can't sleep on yourself as well. Like, as you learn, you have to take the action.
That is super dope. And I want to keep on going with this, because I know right now coming up, you have to jump off the call in a few minutes, correct? Can you tell me, like, why, like, is there a reason you have to jump off the call?
Yeah, so I'm actually conducting my own Airbnb boot camp. So
Hello.
I'm super excited. So I did started it maybe, I want to say 3-4 weeks ago, but I was doing it as a one day, and I was having it at a one price. So again, going back to the mentor, the mastermind classes with Jarrell, he was giving me nuggets on how to improve. What can I, change up actually to attract more customers. So today is going to be the first time I'm doing it a 2-day boot camp, which is going to be 8 o'clock tonight and 8 o'clock tomorrow.
That's super dope. So real quick, I know you gotta get off so you can get prepared for that real quick. Just tell me, what is the, like, so far, how much have you been able to earn in your Airbnb journey? I know you said, I think it was like in your first 12 or 13 months, you earned X amount of dollars. And I know you told us about how many units. So just tell me what you've been able to do, right? And how has it helped you in your lifestyle, things that you're able to do, you know, with your family or with yourself? And what are some other incomes that you have been able to create because of this journey?
Okay, so because of this journey, 13 months in, I earned over 100K in Airbnb, with Airbnb and Vrbo combined. I was able to develop and create like e-products, so like ebooks, the Airbnb bootcamp, the LC formation service that I do with everyone now. What else? I was doing one-on-one with people, so I had that service as well. And so with everything, I've been able to pay back my credit cards, which I mentioned before. That's what I started with my investment. I've been able to start repairing and kind of like change up my home. So when I moved here, it wasn't a brand new home. So there was things that I wanted to update. So I was able to change my deck floors in the backyard. I was able to get new carpets all over the house. I was able to buy a brand new washer. It went out. Now I'm working on my kitchen. I'm working on my living room. So these are things that I've been able to do with the earnings that I've had from Airbnb, which I'm super excited about, you know, actually making my home my way, how we want to design it. And I've been able to go out with family more, take trips. What else? Really invest more. You know, I'm working now on doing another unit. So scaling up. So yeah, there's been a lot of things, thank God, with the Airbnb business and this journey that I've been able to use the money to things that I want to do.
All right. And the last question, and then you could drop the mic and roll out after this. And you guys stay on. I want to close it out the right way. But Carmen, I know once you answer this, you can go ahead and roll out. Just what is one, if you want to give everybody on here one piece of advice, what would that advice be?
I would say, guys, honestly, just believe in yourself. Like, whatever you do in life, be authentic to yourself. Whatever you do in life, make sure that you're passionate about it. Whatever you do in life, make sure it's that you're helping and growing yourself, helping and growing others, your family, those who you love, and not to give up.
Yo, well, thank you, Carmen. Thanks for taking your time out, even before you're about to do your own boot camp. Congratulations to you, you know, and I know you're going to continue to create massive success. I know you're going to go out there and build it. This is just the beginning. Trust me. I remember doing my first challenges and boot camps and stuff. And to look back now and see, I mean, you got something ahead of you. So I'm excited to see your journey. And thank you again.
Thank you so much. Later, guys.
You guys stay on. Y'all show Carmen some love in the chats, though. Show us some love inside of the chat. That is fire. And here's the thing, y'all. That's super dope. Like for me, what I get from that is this is a person that was a parent as she started this journey. And there's a lot of times where parents give excuses because of their kids. You know, they say, I got children, I don't have time to do this. My kids require this and my kids require that. When she started this journey, she was a parent. When she started this journey, she also had a job. Prior to doing this, she also did two other things. She did network marketing for some time. She didn't really create the success that she wanted to create. She started a lash company. She didn't really create the success that she wanted to create. And she also didn't have the passion for it. And most times when people start one or two things, by the time they get to the third thing, they're like, oh, I tried a bunch of things already and I don't know. And now they start to lose faith in themselves, right? But what she did is, even though she said she was an impatient person, she said she came in here and, as you heard, she literally followed the system. And I can tell you guys this, like, if you come into this program and you actually follow the system that's in place, and you don't like I always say, like, my coach would always tell me, he used to say, be in a rush, but don't hurry. And I was like, what is that? What does be in a rush, but don't hurry mean? I guess the same thing, coach, right? But you say like, be in a rush, but don't hurry. Like, yes, have a sense of urgency with your life. Have a sense of urgency with your goals. Like, go through the information, watch the courses, but don't hurry. Don't be so impatient because it's not happening as fast as you think it should happen. So be in a rush, but don't be in a hurry. Okay. So she's just a person that followed the system and got the results, and she followed the plan. Y'all, as you guys know, I don't just teach how to start a short-term rental business. This program is not just about how to start a short-term rental business. This program is how to start a short-term rental business, how to scale it, and how to take this business and say, all right, cool. Now I got 1 unit or 2 units or 3 units. Okay, how can I turn this to some extra income? You know what? Let me go ahead and drop this ebook. Let me go ahead and start this service. You know what? I'm going to get on the computer, on a Zoom with people for an hour, and I'm going to give them the Airbnb game, and I'm going to charge them $200. Or, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and create my own course. So I'm going to go ahead and start my own mentorship program. Or I'm going to just start a community on Facebook. People are going to pay a monthly fee to have access. And I'm going to jump on once a week and I'm going to give, some coaching calls, y'all. There are so many things that you can do out there. And when I started to learn the different ways that you can create a massive income by helping other people, I knew that this was the right place for me, y'all. So with that being said, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to stop the recording. So thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you guys for, if you're watching this video, make sure you tap in, make sure you connect with us. And we hope to see you guys and a part of the Insiders Club. So let me go ahead and